not know no pain. When I believe forever, everything stays the same. Now my heart feels like December when somebody say your name. I can't reach out to call you. I know I will someday. Everybody hurts sometimes. Everybody hurts someday. Everything gon' be alright. Always in the pleasant side. Boys, say, only fools rush in. Falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be our stay? I can't help falling in love with you. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the dreams bring back all the memories, everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the dreams bring back all the memories. Memories bring back you.
Hey, thank you everyone who did a project. Yeah, I just thought this was a really special time with Christmas approaching. And I just wanted to give a super short sharing on the origins behind Christmas and the kind of hope that it brings. Right? Because our theme for this semester's concert is Light in the Darkness. And I want to read our theme verse from John 1:3-5. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. So I've been talking to a lot of friends. Not all of them are believers, but there's this common question that we ask, and that's, what's the purpose of what I'm doing? Is there meaning behind what I do? I work every single day. I work so hard, I don't get enough sleep. What's the purpose behind all of it? I feel like it's a question that believers and non-believers alike ask. And I think especially in college, we're all going through this period where we're kind of like soul searching. We're trying to discover what that unique purpose of ours is. And for many of us, it might be the first time ever hearing the gospel, or you may have briefly heard about this Jesus person or God, right? So first of all, welcome, and we're so happy to have you here. And I'd like to just share a little bit more about who Jesus is and why he is called the living hope and why he is called that light in the darkness. Because whether or not we're a believer, we all know that we are imperfect beings, right? So there's this idea that we are sinful beings and we are imperfect. However, God, who sees us, he loves us so much that he's he said to himself, basically, I'm going to give my most precious, my only beloved son, Jesus. So Jesus, despite being perfect, despite being God as well, he was born in a manger, just like a baby, like you and I. So he also experienced hardships in life. He was constantly rejected, constantly ridiculed, even, crucified eventually. But it was all done out of love. And he saw us and he said, you're so worth it. He looked us in the eye even before we were born and said, you are so worth it that I'm willing to give you my life. And The idea behind why he is the light in the darkness and why he is the hope that we've all been looking for is because through his resurrection, he proved that he is stronger than death, that he is much more powerful than death, that even death couldn't hold him. So that's why resurrection is so important and why it's like the key ingredient to the gospel. Without the resurrection, Christianity is nothing. It means nothing, and our faith is put in absolutely nothing. So we can have that kind of hope because Jesus came out of love. He came to disciple, and he also came to teach, but he also came to be with us, to be in community and in community with all of us as well. And through his death and his resurrection, he is that living hope that we are all able to have, which is something that's really special because not only is Jesus hope, he is living hope, which means that we can actively have a relationship with him, we can talk to him, we can share our burdens with him as well, also get to learn a lot from him. And also, Jesus' death and resurrection showed us just how worth it we are. I think a lot of us these days struggle with a sense of worthlessness. So I encourage us every single time we feel that way, we feel insecure, to remind ourselves that someone perfect died for us to show us just how worth it we are. And I hope that that's an encouragement for us. So even though Christmas is a very commercialized season and we don't really know the true meaning behind it, I hope that this Christmas we kind of remember that it is celebrate the birth of Jesus and the living hope and the light in the darkness that we now have. All right, thank you.